Welcome back to another Tuesday night for Call of Cthulhu here on the Syrinscape channel. Thank you so much, Syrinscape, for having us. So this is episode number 4. This is the halfway point because this is an 8-episode arc. So we're hitting the halfway point. We haven't even been to the Mound yet. We've seen it in the distance. We almost went there. We could taste it, but we didn't go yet. Maybe this week. I have a feeling other things are going to happen this week based off of the actions last week, but we'll see. Unfortunately, we're going to be down Dr. Lucy for the next couple weeks, but we will see Tyler return in November to the game. So we're going to be down our medics. So hopefully nobody gets shot in the streets of Binger. And look at you, Evan.
Shoot me. I dare you. I dare you to kill another Riverbee.
Oh, challenge accepted, my friend. Challenge accepted. I've taken many a Riverbee's lives.
I promise Bull will not shoot anyone. That really? Will not happen. Oh, yeah. He doesn't use guns.
He'll never use a gun?
Killing by other means.
I mean, never. He prefers to hit things, the visceral feel of it. He's more of a wrestler type, you know? And a sledgehammer user.
That's fair. A wrestler. Well, let's do the roundtable introduction. Why don't you tell us about Brazen Bull?
Brazen Bull. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean Nathan Freeport?
Yeah. What?
Class of 1906, Yale law grad. And he is he's on this expedition to make sure everything goes by the book, make sure everything is legally sound. But unfortunately, Nathan Freeport was mugged and hit over the head in our previous town, and Bull stole the ticket and is now impersonating him. And doing a not very good job of of pretending to understand law. So yeah, that's Bull. He's got a big dude, kind of bushy beard, and he's got like these little calcite deposits like on top of his head. That he's a former carnival sideshow attraction.
Yes,
and so yeah, he's almost like bull horns, kind of like a Hellboy thing going on.
Kind of.
Not that big though. Not that big. They're pretty small.
Awesome. Melissa, can you tell us about your character, please?
Rasmussen, she is a mechanic who is seeking adventure. So she's pretty good at like locksmithing, mechanical repair, throwing, I actually think. So we're going to see how her talents
throwing her wrench?
Throwing?
These things. She did some minor upgrades to her gun in the process of fixing Benji's gun. So maybe some old rusted parts got replaced with some new parts. So maybe we've got 2 decently working shotguns in the party for whatever we might need them for.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see.
Who knows?
Well, yeah. I can't wait till we roll another one and it misfires and breaks, just like Big Bertha.
What are the chances?
1 in 100.
Yeah. Evan, can you tell us about your character? Benji, my favorite Winnipeg, Manitoba Canadian.
That's right. Your favorite Riverbee of the bunch so far. Benji Riverbee is a rogue explorer from Winnipeg, Canada. He has made his way to Tulsa, Oklahoma as kind of the guide / Boy Scout for the group to help them navigate through the wilds. Little known to him that we were going to have a guide, but that's okay. I guess he's still in the basement or whatever. We've left him there. And he got his gun fixed, and he's seen some unsavory folk trying to threaten us. So maybe there'll be a little bit of rootin' tootin' shooting tonight.
Rootin' tootin' shooting in the streets of Binger. What could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Could roll more ones and have them.
Or, commit murder and go to jail. Who knows? This is 1928. This isn't the Wild West.
We're in a small, out-of-the-way town. There's no jails. Come on. There's no
room
law.
for all of us.
You can trust me. I'm a lawyer. I know these things.
Okay. All right. And last but not least, Aaron, can you tell us about Kaz?
Kazimir Rhine is the son of a snake oil salesman and a palm reader who made good and was part of the inaugural class at Northwestern of the psychology department. But his studies got cut short after he got his base degree by World War I, where he went to Europe. After the war, he started studying parapsychology with a small group of Europeans who were interested in it, and he became fascinated with the occult. And he has recently come back to the United States, where in the last few days he's become aware of Cthulhu.
That's right. Yeah, we left
And his
off on you with
mind is shriveling.
that. Yeah. I don't know where we're going with that one. Okay, so what happened last week? We picked up in the camp. You were there in the middle of the night. Your employer was having fever dreams, and Mr. Hurst, and he was having dreams about the statue. I'm trying to remember everything.
I mean, dreams that just so amazingly
Just
led him
everybody
Making
to
dreams.
where Benji had hidden.
buried the statue.
Feel the statue this way.
Yeah.
But Annie also had another experience with the voices.
That's true.
And they outright mocked Annie and were laughing at her, but nobody else could
Yes.
hear them. It was
She
kind
felt
of
sad.
yeah, it was not fun. But nobody else picked up on that. What else happened out in the camp? Was that about it? I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was three things that happened. There's disembodied voices. We found the statue, and I felt like there was something else.
That was basically it, because it was the week
so.
before that we really did the interrogation
Okay.
of Jasper.
But we kind of made a deal with Jasper to, you know, we're like, we're not going to kill you. We're going to take you into town with us. And
we kept Maybell alive.
Yeah,
his
kept Maybell
horse.
alive.
And I did, you know, unbury him and just bind him like a normal
did.
person.
And you
So,
fed
yeah.
him
Yep.
beans.
And you kept watch over him in the basement.
Yep, I did.
So we had so we made our way to town, and that's where Tuvi split off. Benji and Annie, I almost called you Anna. Annie headed to the general store here to get parts to fix the shotgun, which they were successful in doing. But there was also a couple of unsavory characters that were tailing them and following them in the process. And they tried to lose them down an alley. Unfortunately, Annie wasn't able to keep up with Benji, lost sight of him, and that's when she was approached by these two unsavory characters who wanted to go talk to her and had a few questions, and they flashed some firearms. And Benji came back on the scene, intimidated the hell out of them, and they took off. And over in the house, the others were meeting with Josiah Compton and his mother, who everyone calls Grandma Compton. And they met up with her. You asked if
The
you
big
could
bad.
Yeah. You asked if you could
She's
keep
a big bad.
Jasper Rance
Cthulhu herself.
in the cellar, which you were able to convince him to do, even though he was really against it. We did some really great rolls there. And so you stayed down there with him, Bull, and looked after him. And that's when the others came back and let you know that there were these characters had approached them and threatened them. So you thought Mr. Josiah, he was very, very concerned about his mother and the safety of his house, and thought we should go talk to the sheriff about these unsavory characters. They were staying at whose boarding house was it?
Oh man, I had that info.
You know, I wrote the notes.
Is it Mr. Compton?
No, Mr. Compton's
No,
here
that's where
staying
we're
with
at
the
now.
name of the
Yeah.
lady that they're staying with.
Oh, Miss Davis.
Miss
Davis, yep.
Thank you.
Miss Davis.
We're all agreed.
Thanks, Benji.
Yeah.
So you headed out to go see the sheriff. That's when who's all in the basement in the cellar with Kaz and Jasper? Is Benji down there as well? No.
I thought me and Annie were just fixing the guns like kind of near it so we could listen in, but we
Okay,
weren't.
so you're out in the yard?
actively-
Okay, so you're in the yard, and that's when Mr. Hurst and Kaz are downstairs, and this statue of Cthulhu is glowing. This green glow. It's just kind of emanating off of it. And he opened your eyes to the world beyond that which you can see. And that's kind of where we left off. Oh, and you got to see the Mound, Bull. You
Yeah,
and Doctor...
I did.
And the good doctor got to see the Mound.
Yeah.
You wanted to go there, and then Josiah was like, you only got a
Sure.
couple hours of daylight. And you're like,
We
well,
had
let's go
time.
anyways. You can still go.
We had time.
You can still go.
We had time.
I'm not...
Not gonna go now. I'm not gonna drag Tyler's character when they're not here.
Why not?
But yeah, You never know. But we saw one of the ghosts. Well, presumably.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did
we
see a
saw-
ghost. Thank you. You saw one of the two spirits that are said
Yeah.
to haunt or walk on
Yeah, the
top of
man.
the mound. A man.
Right. The
I bet
man
you-
was during the day.
We
and,
think
yeah.
who murdered the woman. is
Yes,
at
that's the
night.
rumor.
Yep, one of the rumors. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's
we need
all,
to find her body.
it's all coming together. I love it. You've taken notes. All right, so let's pick up where we left off. Actually,
Mental
no,
notes.
before we do that, we gotta do luck. I always
Oh, yeah.
forget luck.
Oh, I could use some luck.
Yeah, me
So-
too. I could use a little bit.
Roll your luck. If you roll higher, you roll 2d10 plus 10, and add that to your score. If you roll lower, 1d10 plus 5. I always
10
forget the
plus
luck.
10. Oh, I always roll so shit.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Just 15? I got a
That's all I
5
got,
with
too.
my 2d10s.
I got 7.
Well, you had a d10 less than us.
Oh man, this is not a
Yes!
good start.
Yes! Starving the players of luck. I love it.
I'm back up to 99 luck,
Oh,
so I don't know
my
about you guys.
Yeah, just go
was
be
about to
insane in the basement. okay?
Rag.
That's
about my
true.
81.
I think me and Jeff are struggling a bit.
All right, so Kaz, you're down in the basement. You're looking at this thing. You're going slightly insane, but your eyes are open to a bigger reality. Annie and Benji, what about the two of you? So you're kind of working the yard. You're looking at the weapons. Is there anything in particular you want to do during this time?
Probably just make sure that nobody's eyeing us or found us here or anything like that. I think we made our scroll last time, but it's been some time, so
Yeah, you guys had major spot hiddens, and it didn't appear like anybody was kind of watching or tailing you or anything like that.
Okay.
It is a new session, so if you'd like to roll it again, you may roll spot hidden. I understand how this works.
Nice.
All right, you can all hear the sounds, the small town sounds of clippy cloppy.
Yes.
Horse
Yeah, I
feet
hear it
and
now.
everything. Excellent. It's very faint. It's very subtle, so that's why I
Yeah,
asked.
turn it up.
Let's turn up
Church
for this.
bell there.
Yeah, church
Church
bell
bell's
for the
going.
stream to hear. Okay, so neither of you notice those two characters, nor do you notice anyone like paying particular attention to you, other than that you're outsiders. Like you're new here, so they're kind of like looking at you strange, but nothing like more than a glance here and there.
Oh, don't worry about it, Annie. It's because I'm Canadian. I get it all the time. It's just stand out like a sore thumb.
I'm just so interested looking at this gun. I mean, I feel like you paid a whole lot more money for this gun than I did, and it's really not much different, really, if I look at it. It's very
Well,
interesting. So
it's
she's
got
looking at the mechanical stuff.
A second barrel, right? I mean, I can shoot it twice if I want.
Well, I mean, sure, there is that. It's definitely structurally different, but the components really they're not all that different. That's always interesting to me when you break something down and you see the components and we're really not all that different after all.
Yeah, I mean, I bet if we cut each other open, we'd be the same in the inside. Yeah, same thing like that.
I mean, that's sort of a Dr. Lucy question, but maybe. I don't know.
You think okay, maybe we're different?
Animals are kind of similar. Being on a farm, different animals actually don't look that different inside.
Did you hear or see that green glow down there?
It's not that bright. It's not coming up through the cracks of the.
Nice!
It's just a low little glow just surrounding this thing.
Maybe we should go check on Kaz. I mean, he's a little loopy to begin with, and we leave him down there with the statue, which clearly caused issues. Maybe we should make sure he's okay.
So she's got her rags out and she's like wiped everything down and kind of hands Benji back. Big Bertha. Ready to go. Try not to break it this time.
No promises. And he will go walk towards the cellar.
You see Kaz down there. He's got the statue in his hands, and he's got his forehead pressed up against it. You see drool coming out the sides of his mouth. He's like, I can see so much, but I need more. Mr. Hurst, I need more. We have to go to the mound.
No. Now you understand. You understand what has driven me back here after all of these years. We will go there, and we will find more. We're guaranteed to find more, but we must speak to Grey Eagle first.
All right, but I mean, this is how did I not know this already?
Once your
There's
eyes
so
are open,
much
you
more.
can't unsee it.
We don't even. All of this is. It's just shadows overlaying what's real. Thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes.
He takes your hand and he grasps it with both of his and starts to shake it. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm so happy I could show you the truth.
You know, you guys stop with all the cultish behavior down there.
Benji! Oh my goodness. Look at my notes. Look at my. Come. You have got to see this. You've got to experience, Benji. You have to experience it.
He kind of looks at Annie, like, because she's kind of said similar stuff about hearing things, and he's just like, all right, I think I'm going to go take a walk or something. I feel uncomfortable.
Jasper goes, there is a glowing statue down here and they're in a warm embrace. Can someone please open the door?
That's really awkward. I'm sorry, Jasper.
Can you send back the other gentleman with the beans, please?
Yeah, I'll try and go ferry him over here.
Much appreciated. Let's cut over to Mr. Compton, Josiah Compton, and Bull. So you're standing at the mound, and he's pointing, and he says, hey,
We're at the mound? All right,
no, he's
here we go,
pointing at
guys.
the mound, pointing at the mound. He goes, when we get back to the house, you could use my my binoculars. You can get a better look, if you like.
It's
But
my kind of you, sir.
It's what I say. It's about 45 minutes there, or 45 minutes back. It's on foot. Animals are spooked. You can make the trip, but I don't recommend with it being so close to dusk.
No, I suppose you're right. We do have that errand to go ahead and finish first. Speak to the law of the town.
Yes.
Get Jasper situated.
Well, my poor mother. They said that there was men threatening them with weapons in the streets.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's go see Sheriff Dunphy, and hopefully he can do something for us, or maybe he's heard of these unsavory characters.
Don't worry, I'll make sure Grandma Compton gets, the best sort of protection. Just make sure she knows that it was Nathan Freeport who did it, just in case things turn south later on.
That's mighty kind of you, Mr. Freeport. That's mighty kind of you. Thank you. My mother would appreciate that.
She seems
in
like a
great
delightful
hands.
woman. I didn't much know my mother.
Oh, really? Tell me more. As the two of you are walking the streets, tell me more.
He's gonna start talking about.
Yeah, my parents, they just abandoned me when I was really young. And, I was raised by like 4 or 5 different groups of people. And, I was more like a household pet than anything. But, such is my lot in life.
Household.
Had a
That
lot of
sounds
money
terrible.
to get you to Yale.
It takes a village. All donating to afford my tuition.
It's very good. So the two of you carry on through the streets, and you eventually get to just a small little single-story building. There's a door. There's windows on either side, but one of the windows has bars on it. There's the sheriff's office. Let's go talk to Sheriff Dunphy. Maybe he's heard of these no-good-nicks and can help us out. Step in.
What was his name again? Sheriff Dunphy?
Dunphy.
Dunphy. Okay. I just like to know who I'm talking to.
All right. Right.
He'll fix
You've
his
never had
tie,
any-
but it won't look good.
Yeah, you've never had any run-ins with the law other than, on the right side of the law, right, Mr. Freeport?
Me? No, of course not. I've, this is my first time in the middle part of the country. I'm mainly a northeasterner.
Yes. You must have been traveling for quite some time. Would you like to use the bath tonight?
You have a bath?
Yes, there's a bath upstairs that you're welcome to.
Oh, yes. I would love that. Usually I just find a puddle or someone just, throws like yesterday's water on me or something. That's how it's. So, yeah, a bath would be wonderful.
He looks at you waiting for a punchline, and there isn't one, and he laughs awkward. A puddle.
I'll lean over to Dr. Lucy.
What did I say? That was funny.
All right, so you head on in. There's a desk right when you enter, and there's man. He looks like he's in his probably 60s. He's got salt and pepper hair. He's not wearing a cowboy hat. But salt and pepper hair, salt and pepper mustache. And he greets you as you come in. He recognizes Josiah, welcomes you into the office. What can I do for you, fellas? What brings you here to the sheriff's office?
Well, sir, I'm afraid we've got a series of issues and potential issues that we're gonna need your help with, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, what sort of issues you talking about there, son?
Well, the most pressing is that two of my party were recently accosted in the middle of the street, threatened by folks that are staying over at the Davis family home.
Boys of the Davis residence. I've heard that they've been wandering around and giving people the eye and everybody the heebie-jeebies. What is it? What's your quarrel with them boys?
Well, I don't have one personally, but they seem to have an issue with my employer that they don't much care for him for reasons I'm not aware of. But
You're not here related to that there Mound, are you? Like them boys?
I'm afraid, sir, that is in fact why my party is here.
He looks over at Josiah. Josiah's just kind of like it has like an I'm sorry look on his face.
I am just a lawyer.
Oh, you're a lawyer, are you? We don't get many lawyers around here in these parts.
Yale, class of 1906.
Oh my, an educated man.
Maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what is a favor to you, old Josiah. You know, old Grandma Compton. She makes mighty fine pie. I can go over there and go talk to them boys. You just, maybe leave me an apple pie here through the week, and we'll call it even. And I'll go tell them boys to leave you all alone and stop causing disturbances in the good streets of Binger. Does that sound all right to all of you?
That would be mighty fine. Out of curiosity, how many deputies do you have on your payroll, sir?
I have no deputies. Just myself.
Sorry.
It's a quiet little town.
I hear that, sir. Unfortunately, the party over at the Davis house has aggrieved us more than once. On our route here, they had hired a man to lead us astray and steal from us a precious possession of my employer. We managed to catch him before said act was complete. If it's possible, we would like to store him within your jail until we can return him to that other city I was in, so that they can, proper reckon it and such.
He kind of looks at you and looks at Josiah. Is this true? You know about this? And Josiah's, well, they showed up. They've got this man. He's in my cellar. I don't know. They claim he's a thief, and they stopped him.
He's a good fella. Jasper just made a couple bad decisions in life is all. We don't fault him too much. He did confess to his plan and who had hired him when we confronted him. But the law is the law, is it not, sir?
Yes. And who than you should know better than that?
Indeed.
Well, bring this Jasper here, and he can sit in a cell, and I'll chat with him, and we'll get him on the next wagon out of town.
That sounds wonderful, sir. I don't mean to tell you your business, but if you have any folks around here that might be, temporarily deputized, or if you have neighboring towns that might be able to lend assistance, the party that did aggrieve us is shown to be themselves aggressive, and they are numerous. So
how many are there? And explain this aggressiveness. What do they do to you, son?
Well, I believe there were roughly 9. I haven't got an accurate count. We haven't gone over to the Davis house because we have not wanted to, make matters worse. But at least 2 of them have threatened a young Canadian friend of mine and a young engineering woman, and well, that's just what's America if you can't walk down the street without being threatened? You know, it's this is I don't know if I said that correctly, but I think you understood what I was getting at.
He kind of looks at you. You want to make me a fast talk?
No, but okay.
Your tactic. Hey,
I
screw
punch him in the face.
Sheriff.
Yeah,
I punch him in the face. Can I use charm? I don't feel like I'm lying here. I feel like all this is,
No, okay.
is truthful.
Yeah, charm. Yeah, well, there weren't 9 men. That's not truthful.
I didn't. That's. I mean, I think there's quite a few at least. Like from our number we've counted, there's at least 4 that we know of, and probably more. I would imagine.
Okay.
All right.
Can I
Oh
spend some
God!
luck?
I don't have that amount of luck to spend, do I? No, I
sounded
don't.
like charm was like a 40% or something.
No, well, fast talk's 5, charm's 15. All I got is intimidate.
Oh, you were asking for deputies and all sorts of stuff, weren't you? I don't know. If
Yeah,
we're gonna
basically.
get deputies. If there's any trouble, we can round up the locals. We can form a posse, go after them. But I don't foresee that. Come on now, this is a civilized day and age, and as being an educated man, you know that such things aren't gonna play out. Such theatrics in the streets of Binger. You have nothing to fear.
I do hope you are right, Sheriff.
Indeed. So what? You bring that Jasper fella around here, and I'll question him, and we'll go from there. And I'll keep an eye out on them boys at the Davis house. I'll stop in on my way home. They go have dinner with Nancy, and I'll check in on them and just let them know that I'm aware of their presence and to watch your step.
Matt, can I roll a psychology just to see if if I feel like this guy's on the up and up?
Sure, yeah, make me a psychology roll. You're trying to.
I minored in psychology at Yale, so it's not as good as my law. Oh, I'll spend the luck on that. That's only 12. I'll spend that. Okay. Can we trust the sheriff is kind of where I'm going.
He seems trustworthy. He seems neutral, but just in the way he's kind of like talking about these other characters and such, and just kind of like the change in inflection. He breaks eye contact with you when he starts talking about them. It seems like he's not really invested in it. Maybe he does not want to get involved in anything that might lead to violence. So he seems on the level, but he's also not a man of action from what you're kind of reading and picking up on.
Yeah, not necessarily a villain, but not necessarily an ally. Just
right.
Okay. Yeah. I won't confront him any further at that point, but I'll get back. I'll let everyone know about that too.
Okay. So we can fast forward your way back there. Did you want to go to the Davis house, or do you just want to go back to the Compton house?
No.
Okay.
We'll get the party back together.
Fast forward. Everybody's back at the Compton house. Josiah seems relieved that you went and spoke to the sheriff. Where do you guys want to go from here? What do you want to do? It's evening now. It's the sun is starting to set. Compton did offer to. He goes and fetches his binoculars out of the house, and he brings them out to you when you get back.
I will. I'll see if I can grab Kaz, and I'll just say,
Sure.
Dr. Lucy and all. We saw a ghost on. I don't know it was a ghost, but it's a man wandering around the mound.
You saw a man wandering around the mound that you think is a ghost?
Well, I mean, if you trust the story thing, and then Josiah.
I do trust the story. Show me.
Josiah,
you will not believe.
No, I want to believe, but okay.
I have seen the truth behind the veil.
Wow. And what is that truth?
Oh, it's too big to put into words, Bull. It is too amazing to put into. We are almost just like dreams to things that we can't even imagine. But I want to hear more about this ghost. Tell me, I'm fascinated.
Well, first he was on the mound, and then he wandered about a bit. And then he went over the other side of the mound. And that was it. But Josiah was saying stuff like, people go out there, don't come back, and like anyone that's local here knows not to do it and such. So,
But we're gonna go, aren't we?
right, Dr. Lucy and I wanted to go, but Josiah talked us out of it.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't imagine. Bull, you can't go without me. There's so much that I have to see there. I
That's
mean,
fair.
Bull, that statue, if that's just the beginning, who knows what we're going to truly become to understand once we get there?
You think there's more statues underneath the mound?
Oh, I hope there's something much more than statues under the mound, my friend. Something much more. Something much, much more.
Are we concerned that he drank the Kool-Aid just like Mr. Hurst? I mean, he is talking so much gibberish, just like saying he's so excited to go see some like who knows what it is. I mean, are we comfortable with this?
Come on, Benji. Listen to Nick. Nick wants us to go. Don't you, Nick? He's looking straight at the owl, not even looking at Benji. He's like, you want to, Nick. You want to see what's on the mound too, don't you? I feel it.
The head on the owl just kind of spins around.
Well,
This is what we're here for. We're here for the adventure. We're here to see what's there. That's why we all applied for this job.
Well, I mean, I don't think the job said, hey, everyone's going to lose their minds and believe into something that's not even on this world, or what. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, if you're not up for it, you can stay home. You can stay here, and we can all go look at it.
Well, I can just put you guys down, when you're out there acting crazy. It's all right.
Oh,
I
Oh,
don't
Benji, you have to
agree.
go. You have to go because Nick has to go and you're Nick's perch.
This is your lot in life.
I'm older than Nick. I don't understand. I rescued him, and I became his perch.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to see, I think. We are like Nick, perched on their shoulders. It's amazing. You'll see, Benji. Oh, you'll see too.
Yeah. With that, you're kind of talking. If you're down in the cellar talking to Kaz, that statue is just kind of like glowing. It's just letting off this like slight fading in and out green glow.
Since everything with Annie has been auditory, can she kind of get close to it and do a listen?
Yeah, make me a listen roll, please.
Oh, okay.
Can she lick it?
You can
that's
definitely
not
lick
what-
it.
I have keen hearing, not
Okay.
keen taste.
I have the chef's tongue.
That would be a different character. All right. Those dice. Yes, 15 under 40.
Nice.
Okay. You don't hear anything this time. I was waiting for you to fail it. Maybe you'd hear something. Maybe fail. Nothing.
She's a little crestfallen. She was really hoping,
Yeah.
Kaz is so excited about this, and so she thought she'd get right back in and
Yeah, you get
do the
right up
wondering things
against it. You
again.
kind of put your head close to it in your ear. You don't put your ear right up against it. You just kind of listen, waiting, and nothing.
She's gonna wander outside and be like, maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe they must still be trying to talk to me. Maybe it's just somewhere else. And she'll just sort of wander, just on their property.
Sure, you come back up, and Josiah's standing there with the binoculars, and he's just like, "Oh, here! I fetched them out of the house. Did you wanna see the spirit on the hill?"
Again, not so good with the seeing, good with the listening. Let me do my circle for my listening.
I'll take
Then
a
come
peek
back
with the
and look.
binoculars.
Sure. So you
What any of these
take,
crazies do.
you take a look
Yeah, I'll come along for that. Too.
straight through, and you
Kaz.
see Kaz there as well.
Yeah, he'd have wandered up too.
You see a man walking, pacing on top of the hill. He appears to be Native American, like with his features, but then you look closer, and he's not of any tribe or look you've ever seen. His features are almost like equine. Like he's almost got like an elonged head and skull on him slightly when you look closer. He's wearing a blanket. Oops, as I hit my mic, draped across.
This is the same guy that we saw.
Oh.
They saw this morning, or no?
But they didn't. I had them all make hard. I think with spot hidden rolls, but they all
and they
failed.
didn't make it right. Okay,
Yeah,
So
we
you're
don't know if
getting a
it's
good
the
look at the
same.
binoculars. Yes, same. So as far as you know, it's the same guy walking back and forth. He's wearing a blanket draped across his body. And he's got a sword in a scabbard at his side. And on the scabbard are similar markings and runes to that which are on the base of the Cthulhu statue that Hurst has.
Oh, great.
Looking at the misshapen skull of this man, and kind of like it's sinking in, and you seeing this, make me a sanity roll, please.
Nice.
You're kind of trying to comprehend what you're looking at.
Oh,
Nice.
real sane.
You passed. No sanity loss for that. It's for
Anybody who would have taken a look through the binoculars.
Yeah, anybody who wants to look at through the binoculars, though, make me a sanity check.
Oh yeah. He would for sure do it too.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Eat
That tracks.
sanity.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Starts salivating as he's looking.
He's like, we've got to go. Do you see this? It's just the harbinger. It's just the echo of everything we're going to find.
A horseman?
2 sanity loss for you, Kaz, as you see this, and you see the runes across the scabbard, and then the statue, it all makes sense to you all of a sudden. You see the man with the misshapen, weird, alien-like head. Like, you've seen stories, heard stories and tales of some tribes around the world where they kind of like shape their skulls from birth, and this is nothing like that. This is not like being put in some sort of device and reshaping your skull. This is natural, what you're seeing. It's very, very bizarre, but it's all coming together to you now.
He is becoming. You can see it. You can see that he is becoming. We have to go. First thing in the morning.
Right, that's fine. Okay, morning.
Something else that strikes you odd is you don't need to make like archaeology or anthropology rolls or anything. Like, he's wearing a sword and a scabbard. It almost looks like a. Well, you can make me rolls for that actually if you want. What kind of sword it is?
Anthropology?
Anthropology.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Hell yeah,
archaeology,
I love that.
or
Anthropology. So,
Boom.
Kaz, you're like, Native American tribes don't use
Have
swords
swords.
typically. Like, this is very unusual. You see the runes on there, and it almost looks like a Roman gladius. It's a very short sword, a stubby sword. It's very similar design to that, but it's not exactly the same. And you've never seen craftsmanship like that anywhere before, or that style of sword. And it's definitely not native to North America or any of the tribes that North or South America.
Do you see that blade that he is carrying? It doesn't belong here. It doesn't belong on him. It doesn't belong anywhere, but definitely not here in the Americas. If anything, the closest it would be to a Greek or Roman blade, a gladius. This is fascinating. Benji, show Nick.
Do you want to hold the binoculars to the owl?
I don't feel comfortable showing Alf. I don't understand why I keep forgetting his name, but those weapons it's pretty common in Canada. We found a couple of them in Boy Scouts when we were digging. So you never know.
No, Benji, no. Nick to me. Nick, you've got to teach him. If he's going to be your perch, you have to teach him. Benji, no. It'll be okay when we get out there. You'll see.
I don't know if you can hear the dogs barking right outside my window. I apologize for that. That is not part of the Syrinscape sounds. The
We have
dogs
spooky
barking.
noise. That's what we're listening to.
Yeah, we got spooky noises playing as you're looking at this thing. You're kind of like your surroundings just kind of zone out around you as you're taking this all in.
Benji wants to kind of like nonchalantly kind of get Bull's attention to like get him to come talk in another room.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, you all the vibes everyone's giving us. You comfortable with all this and the crazy talk? And he talks to the owl more than he talks to me.
Yeah, Kaz ain't looking too good. Yeah, sound too. Yeah, something's up. I don't know. He was never quite playing with a full deck to begin with. It seemed like that's why I liked him. But I think he's lost a few cards along the way somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
We might have a bigger problem, a little bit more practical. the sheriff ain't gonna help us do squat, and they're probably outnumbering us over at that Davis house. So either the spooky stuff at the Mound's gonna get us, or those other folk with guns are gonna get us.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried because I feel like we got split attention here. You know, when those guys decide to come after us, we got the crazed going after Cthulhu, whatever they're saying. You know, and if we get in a fight, I mean, they're going to be so worried protecting the statue than us.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I mean,
you're sitting there hugging Mr. Hurst downstairs while they're holding the statue and it's turning green, said Jasper.
Kaz was hugging the statue.
Or they were hugging each other with the statues nearby.
Maybe we should, keep Kaz away from the statue tonight just to be safe. Maybe that might get his noggin back on track.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a little worried once we get to the Mound. They're already losing their minds a little bit. We're not even there. And,
And Annie's hearing things. Dr. Lucy, I don't even know where she went. She was here a second ago. Now she's just missing.
She probably went to go find like a nicer place to stay. Probably doesn't meet her standards.
Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling too great about going out to a mound where no one seems to come back from. Maybe that's something spooky. Maybe it's just people out there, kill you and rob you blind. But one way or the other, everyone goes out there, don't come back. And it's just like right there, too. So you'd think people could make that trip fairly easily. But you saw what happened when they took the statue.
And at this point, I think Bull will reveal, like,
when you took the statue from Hearst and
you gotta have like side eyes.
No, it's all good. And you saw what happened to him.
Yeah, lawyer, it's all good. Yeah.
I am indeed a lawyer. We all got our secrets, man. It's all good. Listen.
Just be on our toes, I guess. I don't know.
I'll watch your back, you watch mine. Everything will be fine.
All right. Just making sure we're on the same page,
Sure. Same page.
He's gonna go find a bed that's not near Kaz, Annie, Mr. Hurst.
Yeah, so you go back in the house and Josiah, he welcomes you because you weren't there earlier and he had to leave, and he said, there's 2 rooms upstairs. There's one for the ladies and one for the gentlemen. There's beds enough in there for all of you. You'll have to share. It's not a large house, but it'll do.
All right.
Annie sort of makes room for all of the luggage that Dr. Lucy
Oh yeah, that's right.
compared to Annie's light packing.
Sure. And did you, one of you, or did you kind of want to send off Jasper? Like, we don't need to play that out. One of you walks
yeah,
Jasper
that's what I was
over
going to
there.
ask.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. So yeah, you get back after taking Jasper there. Sheriff Dunphy appreciates it and puts him on the
Did you have
cells.
a pie that I could take with me, too, just in case he wants it up front and not later?
Grandma comes. I don't have any now, but I could make some pie for you, sweetie. She kind of taps the pie side of your face, cradles your face with her hands.
Real sanity.
Like, eyes will start. Like, I can't look her in the eye. She makes me nervous. Like, she really does.
You're just so old.
I'm not that old.
Old ladies back where I came from, they could see things and they said things about you and they kind of ran the show. So whatever you say, ma'am, whenever you're ready with the apple pie, I'll gladly fetch it and run it over to the sheriff.
Like, eyes just darting left and right. Never willing to look her in the eye.
I won't have time to make a pie today, but I can do one tomorrow for you, Sonny.
Well,
I'm-
thank you very much.
Change the spooky
Sure,
music.
we'll all be back tomorrow.
She wanders.
Kaz
up.
pops his head in. He's like, "Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think so."
She wanders into the living room and turns on the radio and wanders back to the kitchen and starts
Amazing
working on
Grace.
making dinner for all of you. Possibly. She does like it a lot. She cranks it whenever it's on the radio. It is Amazing Grace.
Yes.
This is my favorite song.
Did Annie
Praise
safely
the
walk
Lord.
the properties and come back in one piece?
What's that? Sorry.
Did Annie safely walk the property and come
Yes,
back in
you
one
walked the
piece?
property, came back one piece. You didn't hear anything. You didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Even though you're listening because you're good at it.
Is it not after dark? Or
The
it
sun
still
is
before
going
dark?
down. It is dusk.
Oh, so it hasn't gone down yet.
It hasn't gone down yet. It's starting to set.
Okay. So she had not looked through the binoculars, but
Oh,
she'll say
did you
that-
want to?
No, but
Okay.
she just wanted to remind everyone that once the sun has set, you should try to look through it again and see what you see, because wasn't there supposed to be something different there after dark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys are like, oh, Annie, that's so true. Where were the binoculars? I've got to look. I've got to see. I've got to see.
But hold your horses. You got to wait for the sun to go down. It's not down yet.
Oh, all right. He just stands there and watches the sun.
You're just watching the sun slowly setting on the
He's like-
horizon.
He's like, come on, come on.
Sure. So we'll say Josiah took oh, my mom loves this song. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit.
Is this like an American thing? Do you guys just play this song all the time, or is there like other songs that?
No, it's her favorite, you know. It's
Oh,
she plays it constantly. She's, you know, if it's not on the
It's a
radio,
Casey-
she wears that that record down. You know, I've had to buy a few of them now.
It's the Casey Kasem top 40.
It's
but
just
all
Amazing
40 are
Grace.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah, 1 through 40. Number 1 in America. So you all settle down, call it a night. There is an outhouse here, but there is a bath. There is a bath that you could fill with warm water if you wanted to clean yourselves up. Grandma Compton makes you an amazing, delicious-looking meal. Are you just gonna stand out there, Kaz, till the sun goes down while everybody's getting ready? Okay, so you wait out
Right,
there.
yeah.
Eventually,
He's just
till
waiting.
sun
Hands
goes
behind
down.
his back, kind of rocking back and forth. Just
I
waiting.
want to while he's doing that. I want to try and stealth and see if I can swipe the binoculars.
Out of his hand.
While he's like distracted, he's just sitting there. I mean, if he's standing for
he's
3
holding them
hours,
in his hand. No. Oh, come on now. That's just crazy talk.
I mean,
Andy
I stole
will
the
come
statue from what's his face's chest.
I know.
That is true. Andy
Uh,
will come out with a plate of food and just see if Kaz will just sort of like shuffle it without
Oh,
looking.
Annie, thank you so much. I am so hungry, but this is so fascinating.
Well, it's very good, but you need your strength if you're going to keep standing like that.
Very good point, Annie. So that's so smart. You're so smart. I will and he takes the plate and he's just sitting there eating,
Yeah.
watching.
it's just like beans and potatoes and some meat, pork chops on there.
Annie, did you tell Bull about the beans? The beans are delicious. He'll love them. It's too bad Jasper's gone. Jasper would have liked them too. Oh yes, the beans. But I should make a note of it. Do we have her recipe?
I don't. I can ask for it,
I can't cook, but just in case.
and I would like to imagine she comes back 5 minutes later with a lovely little index card that's like from the kitchen.
Yeah, a little recipe card. Yeah, Grandma Compton would totally do that. You're talking to Annie, and as the two of you are talking, you glance over, Kaz, and like you almost missed it, but you see the figure walk down behind the mound and just disappear out of sight, and you almost missed that happening. You are almost kind of mad that you were pulled away from it. I wouldn't say mad, but maybe perturbed is a good word.
Yeah. Annie definitely thought that she was going to get some appreciation for bringing out the index card. Like, that's not what just happened.
And he looks down at the card. He's like, "This is Annie. I almost missed it. I almost for a card." And he rips the index card into tiny little pieces.
Oh.
He's
Grandma
like,
Compton's watching through the window. Oh.
"Annie, we have
the
to stay
only copy.
focused. We have to stay focused on the mission, not the beans. The mission."
Well, what do you see since you're so darn
He
focused?
just walked down the backside of the mound. Just now, just this very second. I was
Well,
looking at the
good.
card and I looked up and he went on, and he's not coming back.
Well, isn't something else supposed to come back up the other side?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Annie.
Would you like some pie?
Ooh, pie. That sounds delicious.
He goes back in, asks Grandma Compton for another card.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw that while I ripped it up, but she's very disappointed. But she gets you a slice of pie to bring out to him. And as you're coming back out, Annie and Kaz, you look over and she's coming back out. You see a glow over on the mound, a blue glow emanating from the top of it now. And you take the binoculars and you look and you see there is another figure. It is like see-through. It's ethereal. It's blue in color, but it's headless. And you can see the horizon on the other through this thing. This is definitely a ghost, and it starts pacing back and forth. I need you to make me a sanity check. Again.
Let's have some fun. Boom! He
This
is
is a ghost,
losing his marbles.
A headless ghost. 5 sanity loss? Oh my goodness, we're gonna have about insanity.
Oh no.
All right, so folks, this is our first time experience this. When you lose 5 or more sanity at one pop in Call of Cthulhu, you have a bout of sanity. So we're gonna see what happens here. A temporary
load up the
bout
shotgun.
of madness. So the keeper gets to take control of the character if they want, and we can roll on a random table here to see what happens. Or I can choose something that would make sense. I'm going to roll for fun. We'll see what we get. If it doesn't make sense, we can just pick something for this situation. 2. Yeah. So 2 is robbed. As in, like, robbed of time. Kaz, I'm going to say you're just, like, looking through this thing with the binoculars, and you're just like, you're transported. You swear you're standing there with it. You're at the base of the mound. You're looking up. You see this thing, and it stops, and it doesn't have a head. It can't look, but it like is looking in your direction. It's facing your direction, and it reaches out to you like it's trying to communicate. And it points down at the ground beside the mound, but not at the mound itself, like it's trying to show you or tell you something.
He's written like a statue, and he's just kind of quivering. He can't move. He's completely unaware of everything other than that image burned into his mind. He's not even blinking.
And Kaz is kind of communicating with you. Like, Kaz is there, but he is focused. Like, he will not take the binoculars off his face, and he's just kind of sends you away. He's
Can
so
I
focused.
see anything? Like, just
You can
naked
see like a faint glow, but from here, like, you can make me a spot hidden. It's hard. Like, it's nighttime. You need binoculars or spyglass or something to really make out the figure that's that far away. But you can see a faint bluish glow on the horizon near the mound.
So Annie's gonna go back inside where everybody else is, and just say, so 2 things happened at the same time. Kaz was eating the pie, and then just totally isn't really paying too much attention anymore. Or he saw something through the binoculars.
Bull has a piece of apple pie about to go in his mouth and just lets go of whatever. He probably wasn't even using he was probably like using a spoon.
Shoveling it with his
Just
hand.
like a spatula or something. Maybe, yeah.
I just lost my appetite.
Hey,
What the hell's going on outside now? Like, leave him for 5 minutes. Oh my god.
I was trying to grab the binoculars. I don't think they're a great thing for him to have. I mean, he's already a little loony, and now we're just giving him the ability to go look at ghosts.
Oh yeah, Josiah pipes up and he goes, "Oh, the nighttime one's out. Then I take it."
Yeah, apparently.
Does that one have a glow? I couldn't see through the binoculars because he had them and wouldn't let them go, but there's sort of a glow now.
Yeah, it's a glow. It's a headless woman. They say that the man you see in the daytime killed her and walks back and forth protecting the grave. That's what people believe. Nobody really knows, but yeah, that's That's what you'll see out there now. Like, he's very matter of fact about it. He's grown up with this his whole life. He's seen this every day of his life. So he's just like, yeah, that's just kind of how it is.
Annie will look to Bull and say, you might be able to get the binoculars from him.
I know I can do that. I don't want to hurt Kaz, though. Do we know anything? I mean, the local stories ever say anything about, who the woman is, why he killed her, anything like that?
Grandma Compton, she kind of gets close to you and she stands behind you and puts her hands on your shoulder. And goes, oh, Sonny, this is far before my time and my boy's time and my folks' time. It's the time of the Native Americans when they were here. They've spoken of it. It's a tale as old as the land.
Yeah, yes, Grandma Compton.
As old as you. Maybe we should talk to Grey Eagle. You probably know more.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where we can find Grey Eagle, Grandma Compton?
I suppose it's at the reserve nearby. Not too far from here.
Maybe we should go there first before we go to the mound.
Perhaps. Why would you want to go to the mound? There have been so many folks that have gone there and just never come back or lost their minds. There was a fellow by the name of Heaton back in 1891 that came through here, armed with a hovel and an appetite for solving mysteries. And well, that man, we all sat. I was just a little girl at that time, a young lady, and we watched with the spyglasses. That man hacked away at the shrubbery atop the mound, and he slowly melted into invisibility. And I'd say no more than 2 hours later, after nightfall, he staggered back to the village with a mad look in his eyes, and he just kept shouting about shocking abysses and monsters and terrible carvings and statues and inhuman captors and fantastic abnormalities. That fella, he stuck around here from the village for another 7 or 8 years. He became the village idiot. He was mad, stark raving mad, ever since he came back from the mound. And he died not 8 years later to the day of an epileptic fit.
I'm just never hearing anything positive about this whole place. Why are we going to the mound? Why are we even doing this? Everybody says they just go crazy. They never come back. I mean, we should just take what we got and maybe go back to where we came. I go back to Canada. You can go back to Yale. Yeah, I mean, Annie, you can go get your truck and drive back home. I mean, this just seems awfully dangerous. For what reward? An extra 25 gold? I mean,
gold? This man's paying you gold?
Cash? Whatever it is we use. Loonies, toonies?
Nice.
The journey. It's the experience.
If you die, there's no journey.
There is a journey.
Now, what was
we
he?
did sign a contract with Mr. Hurst too, so there's that.
Mr. Hurst, that's right. It's legally binding. I'll hold up.
Play the lawyer card, why don't you, Freeport?
And my attorney will sue you. He says, and he points to Freeport.
Sure.
He'll take you to the cleaners.
Court.
You can't back out now. We're almost here. It's fantastic. Wait till you see it. Kaz, his eyes have been opened. Wait till yours have been as well.
So we're all going to be like Kaz when we're done?
He looks at you like, is there anything wrong with that? He's just got a look on his face like,
And he sort of looks at Benji like, oh.
You see what I'm talking about? I mean, there just seems to be a real low upside here, except a couple of dollars.
Well,
yeah.
Kaz says there's a bunch of other stuff down there that's even better. It wasn't very specific about it, but you seem pretty confident that there's I assume treasure and archaeological finds and such.
All the treasure. There's tales of cities made of gold, pure gold down there, he says.
I'm sorry. Come again.
Pure gold. Buildings, structures, all solid gold. I'm getting ahead of myself. Wait, no, we're just here to dig up the mine. There's what? No, there's nothing under the mine. There's nothing under the mine. He just repeats it. Or mound. There's nothing under the mound. He repeats.
but you just said there was.
Do not let him trick you. Think about it this way: even if there is a city of gold, he has just one little statue, and he's going crazy when he couldn't find it. Just imagine you have a couple of pieces in your pocket, and they're gonna make you crazy too. They start glowing green and making you seeing things.
His statue is not made of gold. Remember, it's some.
No, I know, but it's just the fact that it's a
celestial
treasure.
stone.
It's like a relic from here, is what he's saying.
Yeah. No, I'm just And then
That's a fair point, Benji. But a city made of gold is I mean,
you're a lawyer. You should make a lot of money, right?
student loans.
I don't think those exist. I thought you had a really wealthy family.
Nope.
He's like reading the papers that he stole, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Black sheep. I'm the black sheep of the family. Grandma Compton, could you put your hands on someone else's shoulders for a little while?
Yeah, she's very good. And she wanders back to the kitchen, so it's kind of tidying up, and Josiah lights a pipe and he leans in and goes, It's true. I've heard the tales of gold. There was another man by the name of Lawton, a Captain Lawton, a grizzled old pioneer. He kind of blazed this area, and he came back here when I was a boy. The Mound never really escaped him, and he went out there as well to go get to the bottom of it, and, he was a man of no fear. And he came back just muttering about a blue light. He's talked about a city of gold. He's talked about down there, always down there. He said, things older than the dinosaurs, always the same, only weaker, never dead. He talked about people, half man, half gas, half unicorn. I don't know. It was the ramblings of a madman. But houses and cities of gold, older than anything else on this planet. He spoke of a great Cthulhu and what were the other names? Azathoth, some sort of snake man, and just talked about them. They're waiting. It's all he kept going on about. He came back mad as well and took his own life. The night after he returned from that mound.
All right, I'm just going to have a little analogy here for all the Americans. I'm not super familiar with the sport of baseball, but from what I can tell, we got 3 strikes right now. We have Mr. Hurst, the first story, and now this guy. So that's an out to me. I feel like we're getting a big warning here, yet we're still really gung-ho to go check this mound out.
Now, did they go during the day or during the night?
Nice. He thinks on it, goes, they went during the day, but they stayed out there past nightfall. It's if you go past nightfall, you definitely don't come back. Some people go out there during the day, don't come back either. There was, like I said, growing up, there were some boys. They went out there middle of the day. They're poor folks. Their children have never returned to them. And they weren't out there in the middle of the night.
Were there any positive stories about people or anything?
Well, there's that relic that Mr. Hurst has, and others have spoke of digging up gold objects in the past around the mound.
I'm gonna focus on
mound.
that. Yeah. Well, why don't we just cross that bridge when we come to it? We still gotta speak to this Gray Eagle fella, and maybe they got more info that they can unveil, and then we can make a more educated decision about what we do next to get to the City of Gold.
All right, I see you're blinded by those words. I mean, could be fake. Could just be tricking you.
Annie wants to go back outside and check on Kaz because we've been having this
Kaz
discussion
is
for a bit.
glued to his binoculars, just staring on the horizon. He seems to be, talking to himself, but not, I don't want to say crazily, but it sounds like he's, making mental notes. He's, taking in what he's seeing, and he's just kind of, relaying it. How Kaz would do, yes. Oh, this and that. This is fascinating. And he's just kind of, muttering to himself.
Is he not taking any notes?
He's not taking notes. He just has his binoculars up.
So Annie
Got to
will
remember this. Write this
pull
down for the
his
book
notebook
later.
out and sort of take notes of things that he's muttering because it's been very important to him.
Thank
So
you.
She'll kind of take some
Okay.
notes for him.
You start taking down the ramblings of a madman. It doesn't make sense to
And
you.
she'll
what
sort of peek in the notebook and seems like it's about on par, I think. Probably.
Probably, yes.
That's a roll of sand right there.
Yeah, right? Looking at Kaz's notebook, sand roll.
It's only going to get worse.
Not quite. Yeah. So the hours go on unless you want to do anything. Josiah, your rooms are free for you for the evening. Feel free to take your rooms for the evening. Mr. Hurst has covered everything. Like I said, there is a bath up there. If you want to take turns, we can heat water. You can freshen up before you head on out to wherever you're going, whether it be the reserve or the mound tomorrow. But make yourselves at home.
And we do.
And you do. So if everyone wants to just kind of hunker down for the night and fast forward, Kaz, you're just out there, standing out there. Roughly 7 hours later, you snap. You kind of like come to and you lower the binoculars. You're freezing cold. You look around you. It's the middle of the night, and you're just standing in the darkness. And even with the binoculars off, you can see the blue glow. But you know that you've lost time. This is a phenomenon that you've now experienced. I've lost time. It wasn't this dark when you look at the moon in the sky and you can roughly tell what time it is.
They're opening my eyes to it. That's what it must be. They're opening my eyes to this, and I wasn't ready, but I'll be ready next time. I won't forget next time, I promise. And then he kind of just probably lays down on the porch. He's really tired.
Sure, there's like a swing on the porch. You just lie down on that. Yeah, it's quite chilly outside. So, fast forward to the morning. It's the next morning. You're all up and early. Crack of dawn, getting ready. Grandma Compton's making you a nice, big, delicious breakfast. Bacon and eggs and sausage and toast and whatever else it is that you want.
As Kaz brings the ripped up index card into her, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Do you have tape? I really wanted to keep this for my journal. I don't know what overcame me. It was such an amazing recipe, but I need tape. I need tape if you have tape.
She looks at down your hands. She goes, well, we've got some twine. That's about it. I don't have tape.
I'll just put the little pieces in the back of my notebook, and I will put them together later. Thank you so much for the beans.
Kaz, come here.
Annie, it's so good to see you this morning. I had such a very odd night.
You did. And by the way, and she'll hand him the replacements recipe card that Grandma Compton forgot she wrote.
Annie,
I don't know why you looked it up.
You are a wonder. Well, there were a lot of things going on last night, quite a few things going on, and I don't really remember all of it, but there was a period of time, say, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours where amazing things were shown to me, and I don't remember what they were, but I was also very tired.
Taking notes is really important to you, so I didn't stay out for 6 or 7 hours, but I stayed out for maybe an hour or so and tried to take some notes of some of the things you were saying. I don't know if you can read my handwriting.
He immediately picks up his book. He's looking at it. He's like, this, yes, did I say that? That's Annie. Oh, Annie, thank you so much. This is amazing. No one has ever been this kind to me before, except for my mother, and then she died. But you're the first person since her.
Well, I thought about it for a minute because I thought you might be mad that someone was in your notebook because you've been the only one in your notebook. But
oh no, that's all right, because you've already given me permission to use your information in my story. So why shouldn't you be part of the writer of my story, our story? This is all about us, Annie. By the time we're done, there will just be one of us.
What?
Yeah, all of you come downstairs and you see Kaz in there. Kaz did not come to bed last night. He looks a little disheveled. His cheeks are maybe red and his nose is red from being out in the cold, and he's come in, and yeah, you all walk in on this.
That's not a comforting thing to say there, Kaz.
No, I mean, one of one mind. We'll be of one mind. We will have all experienced this amazing journey together, and we will be the only ones to truly know what is going on. The veil will be lifted for us all. We will be as one. And some of us probably will die, but maybe not all of us. But the book, the journal, that'll be all right.
Well,
the headless ghost was very scary last night, but she was very informative. She told me so much.
I don't think we're going to give you binoculars first anymore. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
It might not be a good idea.
That's perfectly all right. And his right hand sprays down and just sort of brushes across the holster at his hip. He's like, "That's okay. That's okay, Annie."
Very good. All right, so you guys eat your breakfast. Josiah comes down and he's like, he didn't go to the Mound last night, did he?
No, he just stayed and sat on the binoculars for 7 hours.
A part of the Mound
came to him.
Yes, a part of the Mound came to me. Bull, you are so perceptive. Yes.
All right.
She spoke without a head. She spoke without a head.
Annie's gonna perk up at that speaking thing and just say, "Wait, did you hear? Did you hear things?"
I don't know. I seem to think that I did. I know she was trying to direct me to a place beneath the ground, not on the Mound, but beneath the ground. And I think maybe she did speak to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. You swear that she spoke or communicated with you, but you can't, like, when you wake up from a dream and you can't remember it, even though you just woke out of it, it has that sort of feeling or effect on you. You just can't recall the details, but you know that they happened and they took place. All right. So,
are we going to go see Grey Eagle now? Because I think
yeah, you might maybe let some of us do the talking for that at first. Just
so I can take notes.
That's right.
Yeah,
take notes.
Might come off a little crazy if you keep spouting all this stuff. So we want them to think we're totally cool if they let us go on the Mound, you know?
Just because you haven't seen something or heard something doesn't mean that we're crazy.
I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, I'm not the one spouting all this nonsense.
Kaz
immediately
immediately looks over at Nick, and he's like, "Nick, why do you let him talk that to us?" Sorry, Annie, I did not mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
I'm just saying, I will be more than happy to share the label of crazy with Benji when he actually gets clued into the things that you and I have been clued into.
You know, even if it does happen, I guarantee you I'm not going to say it out loud. I'll just keep it to myself.
Well, then, I mean, you could just stay here. If you're afraid of things and you don't want to share things, then you can just stay here and eat apple pie with Grandma Compton.
You know, it's a pretty good idea.
Kaz walks up next to you and slowly puts his hand in your hand, and he's holding your hand down there like, it's gonna be okay, Benji. It's gonna be so much better than you have ever imagined. And he gives his hand one big squeeze. Go.
He just starts walking towards Grey Eagle. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah. So, Josiah, well, you do have horses. So Josiah will get your horses ready for you, and they'll be waiting outside. And you guys can hand it to the nearby reserve, which Hurst has been to before. He was here years ago, and that's where he heard the rumor of this, and he has met and spoke with Grey Eagle in the past. But when you go outside, Annie and Benji, you see two familiar faces leaning on the fence across from the house that you're staying at. It's just like a dirt road, little town here, and you see those two guys who approached the two of you in the alley, just kind of sitting there leaning up against the fence, watching the house. Do you want to say or do anything? They're not saying or doing anything to you. They're just watching.
So they know where we stayed, basically, like
Yeah.
as we're leaving the house. Okay. I'll just mutter to the others and be like, "Those are the 2 rascals we ran into yesterday."
They're the ones that tried to hurt Annie?
Well, we
just-
can't have that now, can we? Just go
Kaz-
introduce myself to them.
Kaz immediately gets this dead look on his face right next to Bull, and he starts to pull his pistol, and he's walking right at him.
Down easy with the pulling of the pistol. The time might come to that, but let's.
Bull,
let's
they
talk
tried to hurt
first.
Annie, and if Annie had been hurt, she wouldn't have been able to write those notes for me last night, and I would have lost all of that knowledge.
But she wasn't. So let us get close first. You get them close, and then you go crazy on them. You don't pull them from a distance. You don't know they got guns. Just get time. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, Bull. Okay,
Just
I'll
just
follow your
my
lead.
lead on this one. Yeah.
I'll follow your lead.
But yeah, Bull will go confront them.
Yeah, same guys.
Won't stealth or anything like that.
Shabby,
We'll just
greasy.
like, yeah, I'll just,
Overalls on the one. You approach them and they look at you and they both smile with their yellow crooked teeth and what's the problem, mister?
Bull,
That's
can I
kinda
shoot
what
them now? Can I shoot them now,
no,
Bull?
No one's gonna shoot anybody.
They were gonna
Yeah.
hurt Annie, and you told me
Kaz-
I could shoot them when we got close.
Kaz, I said follow my lead. You're not following my lead right now, fella.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Follow your lead. All right.
Right. I apologize for my compatriot here. He did not get a good night's sleep. What? Now, I've been told you all threatened to in our party. Is that correct?
There was no threatening. We just wanted to speak with them.
But there's
and I'm just gonna slowly like step towards them as I'm talking.
and just be like, but there's a way that requests are said in the context with which they're said that might make certain things that seem like just simple requests sound like threats.
Much like your
understand what I'm
friend
saying?
saying he wants to shoot us.
I do want to shoot you. It's not a threat. I really want to do it.
He and Annie are very close, and you've really done a very, very poor job of winning him over.
Do you know how many strangers I had to kill during World War One? They never did anything against me personally, but you
All right,
two did.
Sidebar. I need to consult with my fellow counsel. Kaz, you just calm
Sorry,
down.
sorry,
It's okay.
you're right. You're right, Bull. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, if you've got questions, you can go ahead and ask them. Me, I am the representative legal counsel of the group.
If you have any questions, and I'm continuing to get as close to them
Sure.
as you'll let me get. Yeah.
Sure, you can get. When you say a legal representative, he like one of them laughs at you.
Mhm.
Bullshit. Step back.
Well, I just wanted to extend my hand in friendship, is all.
So I'm just gonna get as close enough so if I can see if he'll let me give him a
Your
handshake.
friend.
You ain't gonna shake my hand. I'm extending it out to you right now.
The one looks down at it and just spits on the ground past your hand. I ain't your friend.
Well, that's a pity. That's a pity, because if you were my friend, it'd be a lot easier to get Kaz not to shoot you. But hey, not impossible. So what are them questions you want to ask us? Go ahead.
Come with us. We'll go ask
No,
him.
that ain't a question. That's an order. If you got questions, you can ask them right now.
Will you please come with us?
For what reason?
Questions and
You guys are just about as smart as Jasper.
I'm very disappointed right now. I thought you had something interesting to say, but thus far you just seem like a bunch of errand boys. Are you guys a bunch of errand boys?
no, we're more than that. We're not just errand boys. I think I'm gonna get agitated at that. No,
Well then,
no,
speak your damn piece.
we're
then.
equal with the boss. We're not errand boys.
Sure you are. Well then, I guess you can go ahead and ask them questions right now. Let's go. Morning's wasted.
What are you doing here?
What are we doing here? Well, right now we're visiting our good, kind friends, the Comptons. What are you doing here?
Are you here for the mound?
Mound? We talking about a mound.
It's kind of like with his head jerks behind, like points behind him with his head, and it's directly behind you. It's on the other side of the house.
Why would anybody come here for a big old pile of dirt?
It's the Ghosts Bowl. That's why people would go there. And the knowledge, the things you could learn. Oh, sorry.
Says, that's what I thought. Why don't you all leave town? We stake that claim. We stake that claim. It's ours. Move along.
Why aren't you on the mound then? Why are you here in the
Maybe
front
we
of the
got a team of men down there already. You don't know.
I mean, I know you don't, because you're just two cowards sitting outside.
Who are you calling a coward? He kind of the one guy kind of gets right in your face now.
And then I will headbutt him once he gets so close to me.
He didn't punch.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Once he gets close. Yeah.
All right. Make your brawl melee.
Okay.
He's got a hard head
I do got a hard head.
with some little horns.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Damn it, under 90.
Woo! Critical success. All right. Roll me your damage. Isn't there a way to do it with a critical success?
Doesn't get like an extra D6 or something?
It is an extra D6,
Extra
but I think.
D6.
Oh, it has to be programmed.
Has
as
to
a
be,
weapon.
yeah,
So
it
just roll
doesn't
your
make sense
damage
to
and do
roll.
an extra D6 on top of it.
Okay, so it's because I got my damage bonus, which is 1d6, and then what? Okay, so
Headbutt?
what? I guess I've lost track of like what I'm rolling now for damage.
Like for unarmed damage.
It should just be 2d6 then. It's your damage
Yeah,
bonus
it's
Yep.
2d6.
The crit
Damage
D6.
bonus, 8 points of damage.
And what's your DB bonus? What's your damage bonus?
Well, okay, so like the d6, so the 2d6s were damage and then crit, and then I have a DB of another d6.
Okay, roll me another D6 on top of that.
Okay, so roll another. All right, so 10 total.
Woo! Wow. All right, so you lean in this guy and just crack. You wear something over your horns, don't you? What do you wear on your head?
I just have a big loose hat.
Loose. So the hat comes off, and
Yeah.
these calcium deposits hit this guy in the nose. You crack him in the nose. Blood just starts pouring everywhere, and he grabs his nose. You son of a bitch! You hit me! You hit me! Look at that freak! And he's pointing at your horns, and blood is pouring out under his hands. He's coughing, spitting blood out. The other guy's kind of putting his arm around him. What'd you do that for?
You
It
can
was-
shoot him now, Cass.
Okay. Kaz pulls out his Mauser.
You don't
He
want
aims.
Bull to be in front. Bull's not good at this.
He doesn't shoot, but he pulls the Mauser out and he puts it directly at that guy's forehead. And he's like,
Oh my goodness. The other one pulls,
I
pulls his
want to
revolver.
shoot you, but I'm not going to if you leave now.
The one,
Because I have things to do today.
the one who's not bleeding, the one who's got his arm around, he like fumbles and reaches down and pulls a revolver from his belt, and he's like got to kind of point at you, like he's on edge though, like he's not shooting, but he's trembling. He's looking at his
Benji-
friend who's bleeding. He's got the gun shaking.
Yeah, Benji will pull out his shotgun as well. He said, hey, guys, let's just try and handle this the old-fashioned Canadian way, all right? There's no need for any more violence. I think, everyone's a little high-strung because of all the things happening around here in town. Let's just, you go tell your employer we'll maybe try and have another meeting some other time. We're just a little busy today.
Are you trying to defuse the situation, Benji?
Yeah, he's Canadian, of course.
So are you are you trying to fast talk them, or
Or charm. I think charm.
charm? Look at
Yeah,
you put
trying
on
to
the charm
pers-
as you're holding a shotgun.
Well, he's kind of like having it like as like a, because everyone has guns out. I'll luck it. That's
All
not
right.
bad.
So you intimidated them the last time, and this time you talk about the guy who's got his gun. He's trembling. He looks down at his buddy, and just blood is just pouring out of his nose. The guy's coughing, spitting it on the ground. He looks. He sizes up the situation. Kaz has a pistol pointed. You've got a shotgun. Bull, you've got just blood on your forehead. He's not too sure if it's yours or his buddy's running down your forehead.
And
And
just grinning, and
Kaz-
laughing the whole time.
Kaz looks at him and gets very serious for a second. He's like, please go away. I'm so tired of killing strangers.
you trying to intimidate?
No, he's just being
All
very
right.
honest. After years of war, he's very honest about it. He just wants them to go away.
Looking around, assessing the situation, listening to Benji's words, it sinks in like this is not a fight I'm gonna win. So he's like, come on, let's go. And he takes him, and the other guy's just like, oh, I can't. My poor nose. That fella broke my nose. And they take off. They disappear.
Kaz holsters his pistol and then takes his notebook out. He goes, Bull, did you see the very interesting blood splatter that man's nose made when you smashed it against his cheek? I think there's something in that. I need to sketch this. Hold on. I've got it. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
That's when you realize your hat is off also, Bull. And it kind of, I don't know, vanity-wise, if you pick up your hat and dust it off and put it back on as you look, because people are stopping and looking now too. They're just like,
I'll put it back on.
What is going on? Look at that man's head. There's blood everywhere. You break your nose, there's a lot of blood. So
we might need to just, I don't know, keep the diplomatic approach while we're in town. I mean, for the future, something tells me we're probably going to see more than 2 of them next time.
I still appreciated this, though. They needed to know that what they did was not okay. I think.
That's right.
I don't disagree, but you know, it's normal in Canada that you only retaliate, you never initiate. So
they initiated.
Well, they didn't throw a blow.
They tried to pull.
They tried to kidnap Annie.
That's.
I mean, I was there. It wasn't really like a kidnapping. They were just like, "Hey, you should come this way," and trying to really corner her, but it didn't really do much. I mean,
they don't actually seem interested in talking at all.
I'm just saying that maybe when we're out of town, we can fire a few bullets. But in town, it's a little risky.
I understand, Benji. So we kill them out of town. Interesting. I wasn't actually going to shoot them. I don't think. But okay.
Glad you have a notebook so you can take down all of Benji's rules. That's lots of rules.
So many things to learn from the Canadians.
The owl is just perched up on the porch railing, watching all of this, taking it in.
Nick, get over here.
You finally embraced the truth.
All right, so Hurst and all of you head out. You head out towards the nearby reserve to go meet with Grey Eagle. Let's switch up our sounds here.
We headbutt him immediately.
Who, Hurst?
No, Grey Eagle.
Why would you do that?
If he doesn't shake my hand.
So you head out on the high
We're the
plains.
boss of this place.
He didn't shake my hand. He spit on the ground. That's deserving of a headbutt.
The reserve is not that far from the town. You can't see it from here, but it is a bit of a ride. It's about an hour from here, but is not near the Mound. You have been told that the Native Americans will not go anywhere near that place, nor do they like talking about it. That's something Hurst has shared with you previously. So you guys set out, and in about an hour's time, a pretty uneventful ride. It's early in the morning. You make your way to a small reservation. Houses all about, and you ride up and in, and the folks who live there kind of look at you with a, like, what are you doing here? Kind of look on their face like, you don't belong here.
I'll give him a nice old Canadian wave.
What does a Canadian wave look like?
Real happy, big joyful smile.
Sure. One man steps out of a house. He's standing on the porch. He steps down towards a group of your horses, and what are you doing here? What do you want?
We just thought we could have a couple of questions, about some of the stuff in this town and see if we could get some information and maybe your blessing. Kind of says like really fast.
Whoa.
Is there?
I did not.
Something going on here?
Yeah, that was
a little nervous all of a sudden.
I hit the wrong button there. All of a sudden, chanting breaks out from everybody in this small town.
Are we interrupting? Is that what
Things are about to get real.
Why
Kaz joins in.
What is your business here?
We're here to see Grey Eagle.
He kind of, his head perks up. What business do you have with Grey Eagle?
He has so much knowledge to give to us.
And our employer seeks to make amends for past wrongs.
All right. Follow me. I'll take you to Grey Eagle's house, and you can speak with him there if he's willing to see the group of you. So he takes you to a small house. Everybody in the town and the reserve kind of is looking at you. You guys stick out like a sore thumb. They don't get a lot of visitors here. But it takes you to a small house, and on the outside of the house there are trinkets kind of hanging everywhere. There's Native American art on the outside. It is decorated much different than any of the other houses here. Some horses galloping furiously.
Do I recognize any of the iconography, either through occult or anthropology or archaeology?
Maybe anthropology if you want. Anybody can.
Anthropology. Oh, yeah, of course.
So close.
Not even remotely close.
Yeah, it looks like art and artifacts and such of Native Americans of the region.
I'm gonna spend the luck just because I've been banking a bunch of luck. So why
okay, you sitting on 99 luck, Melissa?
How much luck would it cost?
31.
Sure, why not? Let's
you
learn
got
something.
a 1% chance.
But I'm sitting on 81 luck, so why not?
Yeah, this is definitely definitely of the Cheyenne, because I did mention this is the Cheyenne tribe that lives out here and that he was studying with in the past. So this is Cheyenne, but like I said, it's not. None of the other houses have things like it on it. And almost as you look closer and you kind of think back on other things you've seen, maybe museums or in your travels, these are almost like wards or things to drive off spirits from what you've seen in books and museums and you've been told.
Share that information with everyone.
How did I miss that? I'm so distracted. Thank you, Annie. You're invaluable.
There are so many books in the world. You can't possibly have read them all.
No, but the occult is my specialty. I'm too preoccupied. I'm just too focused, I think. Thank you.
Really keeping you grounded in reality, yeah.
So you knock. Go ahead.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you knock on the door and you can hear like shuffling inside as someone slowly makes their way to the door, and it slowly swings open. You see a little man, like not little man, but he's like hunched over, like very, very, very old. One time, probably one very tall man, but he's hunched over. You look at him; he looks like he's, if you had to guess, like 150 years old. Like he is old. The wrinkles on his face are almost like crevices. They're so deep. His eye skin, the eyelid skin is like drooping down, and he can barely see the group of you. And he kind of looks and he scans, and that's when you see recognition when he looks at Hurst. Oh, you've returned. I thought I'd never see you again. Please come in. And he kind of slowly shuffles aside and holds out an arm, and inside, like right inside, you see like there's like a little living room area. There's a table and chairs and stuff. Please come in, have a seat. I hoped you'd return. And you all sit down, and he shuffles over to a rocking chair, and he sits down. What has brought you back here? And Hurst explains that wants to go to the Mound and mount an expedition, and he produces that statue again. He puts it down on the table. No, you must not go to that place. It is evil. It is there is so much going on there. You must promise me, those people, the old people, they who dwell below live there. You must not disrupt them.
All right, he said it. I feel like that's the end of our story here.
As whips out his notebook, he's like, "Who are they who dwell? Who are they?
Where
do they come from?
Older than us, older than humans. They were before us. We are born of them. They once lived on the land, and they have since descended below the earth and continue to live on there, where they wait for their gods to rise once again.
And who are their gods?
Great gods, older than the earth.
Kaz's hand, one of his hands, almost unconsciously kind of snakes out and starts touching the statue. He's like, Are they this old? They're gods?
He kind of looks over and he's... seems about right.
So we should go then. We should go and talk to these people. They must know. They must truly know.
Are that the folks that are, you said they dwell below? Are they the ones who dwell in the cities of gold?
Yes, great cities made of gold. But strange, half man, half animal people
But the cities of
ones
gold are real.
who live down there.
Right. But the cities of gold are real.
Yes, massive,
Okay.
sprawling cities made of solid gold.
I'll look at Benji.
Is that
I mean, come on. He said initially the first words out of his mouth, "Oh my gosh, please don't go there." And then you're talking about the city of gold with half horse, half people.
I mean, half horse, half people. Some people say I'm half bull, half human, so it ain't that bad. Maybe I could communicate with them. I don't
Look,
know.
I just have a question for everyone in the group. I mean, if Grey Eagle, which right at this moment is not giving us his blessing to go to the mound, do you feel comfortable doing what Mr. Hertz did and trespassing?
So Annie will ask Grey Eagle, is it that we don't have permission to go or that you fear for our safety?
Says, I fear for your safety. There's a reason why my people do not go near that mound. You...
Do
Go ahead.
I so sorry for interrupting you, sir, but do the wards you have on your house, would they protect us? Could we ward ourselves against the evil? Do you know the secrets of protection?
He kind of sits back in his rocking chair and he starts rocking back and forth slowly. Just kind of looking at the group of you.
I'm Canadian if you were confused.
I can tell there is no changing your minds.
No, that's
The way this...
Except for him. His mind is pretty
Except for
easy
Benji,
to
but the
change.
rest of you are like, the one who's like, gold, gold, and the others, let's go! You seem like good men and women. I will give you something. And he reaches down into a pouch that he's wearing, and he pulls out this stone. Oh, it looks like an amulet, and it's about 6 inches in diameter around, and it's on an old piece of like hide string, and he holds it up slowly. His arm extends, and you could tell like the weight of it seems great for this old man, even though it's a small little trinket in size. But as he's holding out and he starts bringing it towards the table, it starts to almost like it's being pulled by a magnet. It starts pulling and moving towards the statue, like it's being magnetically pulled to it.
Do you see this, Annie? Do you see what's happening here?
I do. So does that mean whoever takes the amulet is going to get sick if they get separated from it? Like he is from the statue?
Oh, he says, this is good. This is good medicine that was given to me by my father and his father and his father's father, all the way back. If you get into trouble, this will protect you. But you keep away from the old ones. Keep away from little hills and valleys with stone caves. But if the old ones come to get you, then you use this on them. And he just puts it down on the table, and it kind of like whoosh, goes across the table and like sticks to the statue. Almost magnetically. It appears to be made of the same rock as that of the statue as well, and it has similar runes around the diameter of it, around the outside. And on one side, you can see almost like a snake-like figure on it. And on the other side, you see that of the figure that is of the statue, the octopus-headed figure on the other side. And it's just kind of like clinging to the statue. The hide string is hanging down, and it's just kind of stuck to it.
So Annie will
Kaz,
ask,
oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Annie will ask, so if he got that from under the mound, does that mean that your family got that amulet from under the mound?
He says, I do not know where my family got it. I don't know if it came from the mound, but it is said to protect you if you encounter the old ones. And it is rumored to extend your life. How do you think I've lived so long? He's kind of cackles and sits back in his rocking chair and goes back and forth and kind of looks off at the ceiling.
Kaz grabs up the amulet.
Sure, there's not much resistance. Like when you pull it comes free. But it, like, as you're pulling away, it's not like a magnetic force where there's a pull, but it's just it's again, it wants to just reconnect
An attraction.
with that statue. Yeah.
And he turns to Annie and he goes, Annie, I think you need to wear this. You should be the one wearing this. You need to wear this.
I don't know that I want to. I'm still not sure it's not going to make me ill if someone separates it from me.
Ooh.
So
That's a very interesting point. Perhaps we should all right, I still think you should have it, but if you don't want it, that's okay. Maybe Benji would want to wear it.
Look, I'll wear it. You guys are the ones who want to experience all this stuff. I'm all good with it not getting to me, so I can put it on. And if someone's having a mental breakdown, I can give them a hug or something.
that sounds good. Hopefully no one takes it from you.
You must guard it. That's true. If someone stole the statue, we need to make sure that doesn't happen to the pendant. And Kaz just grabs your hand and puts it in your hand. He goes, don't lose this.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear that chanting? Is this real this time, or is this...
I forgot to
okay
change
there,
it
Greg?
kind of as this was all going on. Just kind of to set the mood.
The chanting's always in my head now, Benji.
You don't actually hear the chant. This is more of mood.
Sure.
Oh,
Atmospheric.
Annie's so disappointed. She's been waiting for the voices.
I
to come
wanted
back.
to hear it.
So yeah, I think Bull would ask that.
Mr. Grey Eagle, sir, some of the stories we're hearing about the mound and such is like there's people who are waiting for gods to come and something. Are you worried that, those who dwell are ever gonna kind of come up to the surface and like living so close to it and everything might be dangerous?
Since when their gods return, there's nowhere you will be safe on this planet. On this earth.
Oh. But
It doesn't matter how far away you get. Their grasp is all encompassing.
well then.
Did their mound here precede your people's life in this land? Did your people come to this land after the mound, or did it raise after you were here?
No, we came after the mound, and there's rumor that there are other mounds across this earth. There are doorways to this land below. This is but one. It has nothing to do with my people. We did not bury our dead there or our treasures. This is something entirely different.
Do you guys know anything about the creatures, ghosts, or whatever they are that kind of walk during the day and at night?
Yeah, it is rumored that the girl was one of our tribe, and she wandered there. And the spirits, the old ones that guard it, took her life as a warning to others not to come near the mound. And she is now forced to walk forever searching for her severed head in the afterlife.
The man, the ghost, the man ghost who walks during the day has a sword, a most unique sword that is not of your people and not even truly of our people. And it has runes on it and markings, much like those on the pendant. What do you know of the sword?
So the sword, he's just, you can tell he's thinking. I don't know about any sword.
But it's plain to see. I mean, I saw it myself. Through binoculars, I saw the sword. How could you not know? You've lived here all of your life. I'm so sorry, sir, but I'm writing a book, and this is very important. Do I have your permission to include your words in my book?
Of course, because my people, though, we stay away from the mound. We don't go near the mound. We fear it. You're foolish to go near it.
See.
I mean, who would know better than a 150-year-old man?
I agree, Benji. His words and advice should be something we should very seriously consider and then ignore because we have to go. There is so much to learn.
Like, he's saying they never go near it, they never go in it, but then they seem to know a lot about it. Like, all due respect, Mr. Grey Eagle, sir, if you've never been there and your people don't go there and they're afraid of it and they're avoiding it, well, how do you know about it? And how do you know there's all those things down underneath there that you're saying there are? And how do you know that there's gods or whatever that are going to come stumbling out of the mound and like eating earth and whatnot? Like, I don't know. It seems like your right hand and your left hand don't know what they're doing.
He kind of chuckles a little bit, coughs. Oh, the brash young. My father's father and his father's father and his father's father, all the way back. They are the ones who passed down the tales.
Can we get a read? Can we get a read on him to see
Sure.
whether or not he's being completely forthright?
Yeah, of course.
Psychology?
Yeah. Go ahead and make psychology rolls.
Oh, yeah. Not even close.
Kaz,
All right.
There we go.
he seems tired. He seems genuine. He almost seems though like it's a relief to finally give this pendant over to someone else, this amulet. And he kind of seems at peace, but he's not malicious, and he doesn't seem to be hiding anything from you based off his demeanor and the way he's kind of speaking and holding himself. And he's being completely honest with you. This man has seen, like, people come and settle this land. He's seen explorers from Europe come through here. Like, this man has seen a lot. If he's truly as old as they claim, this man has seen this land change over and over again. And who knows how old his father lived and his father's father and such. So, you do believe his words that these are tales that have been passed down from his tribe.
Sir, Mr. Grey Eagle, thank you so much for your stories and for your wisdom and for your permission to include it in my book. You don't know how invaluable your people's insights into the Mound are going to be when I actually get this published, particularly after we actually learn what is going on there. Isn't that right, Annie?
Yes, hopefully that book
Yes.
sees publication.
Yes.
So Annie's taking the amulet.
No, Benji's taking the
And
amulet.
Benji's taking the amulet. Oh, who gave Benji the amulet? He's gonna go bury it again. The one thing that's being told will save you. Give it to the guy who's gonna go bury it.
Annie
Oh.
doesn't know that Benji buried it.
That's
That
true.
information
Bull
didn't
knows.
get shared.
Yep.
with
Kaz
Benji.
doesn't know. He trusts Benji.
All right.
Yeah.
If
Benji
you're
doesn't
done
know.
here, Grey Eagle shows you out, and you're free to go. It's probably about 10 a.m. You guys left early. You set out early. It was about an hour ride here. It's about 10 a.m. after you leave Grey Eagle's house. Where do you want to go from here?
Do we have
the
like a
Mound.
pocket watch or a watch or anything like
Sure.
that?
Yeah, you have pocket
Okay.
watches. That's
and
fine.
could we have like timed what time was getting dark yesterday? Like have like let's say like
Sure.
5
So it's
o'clock,
like the
6
time of
o'clock.
season that it is now. So we'll say around 6:30. By 7 o'clock, it's dark. Like it's pitch
Yeah.
black. But dusk starts to set in. Quarter after 6, 6:30. So the sun starts to go down, and it goes down fast when it goes down this time of
Yeah.
year.
All right, look, let's make a hard rule here, okay? We'll put a timer on it. We kind of waste a little bit of the morning because we gotta mess around with those hooligans. But let's say we give a good 3 hours at the mound, but we're not gonna push ourselves. And when it's before it's even getting dark, we just start to head back, and we'll come back the next morning.
You know, it's already clear that you are not going to enjoy this journey, so I think you should be the one.
Yeah, I can be it. I just want us to
timekeeper.
all be like on the same page that hey, we're gonna get out before it gets any scarier, and we'll come back next day. Keep digging.
Absolutely, Benji. We must slowly unpeel all of the knowledge. We can't gorge ourselves on it in a single day.
Right, it's an onion. It's an onion.
Says the man that stared through binoculars for 6 hours. straight.
That was so fascinating. I'm sure. I think. Yes. You took the notes, you know. Sort of.
I don't know. I took notes, but I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, we won't see her, not if we go when Benji tells us to go, but we'll see.
All right, real comforting. So, yeah,
All right.
because the mount's sort of close-ish.
It
right?
is. It is kind of close. Like they don't live super close to it, but you could make your way to the mound. We'll say it's about an hour from here. Also,
11.
so you make there by 11 if you want to go check out this mound.
All right,
To the
schedule
mound.
11 to 3
To
to
the
the
mound.
mound, and then we're going back. And then tomorrow in the morning we can go like much longer
Can you?
if we're alive.
All right, let's hit those high plains sounds, music. All right, we ride your way out to the mound. Everybody make me spot hidden as you start making your way out there. You've been
I was trying
riding
to say
for
everyone
good
do a ride test.
30
I was
minutes.
like,
That went
Good
so
idea.
well for us last
Oh,
time.
good idea, Melissa. Thank you.
Oh la
Oh,
la.
ooh la la, Benji, Riverbee, and Kaz. Wow, this is critical successes. And even with your regular success, Brazen Bull, you're riding and you sense like eyes upon you. And you get the heebie-jeebies, and you turn around and you can see that there is only 5 of the residents from the reserve following you, riding quite a ways behind you, but they're riding in the same direction as you are. And you kind of keep looking over your shoulder every once in a while, and as you get closer and closer to the mound, you turn back and they've stopped, and they're just sitting there on their horses in a line watching you, observing as you head towards the mound. Why do I keep calling it a mine? The mound. As you get close to the mound, there's shrubbery all around, thick, dense shrubbery, and there's shrubbery on top. And you see the figure. You see that man that you saw through the binoculars. He's on there, and he's pacing back and forth, As you get closer, as you get about 50 feet away from this thing, riding up on your horses, you see him look in your direction and then descend down the backside of the mound. Just walk back behind it. Everybody make me animal handling tests as your horses start to get spooked as you get close. Remember, I said no animals will go up there.
This is going to go well.
oh,
Wow,
Oh, Annie!
I'll spend the luck.
Forget the horses.
Same.
Annie's now getting into riding animals. All right, so Kaz, you passed, and Annie, you passed. Anybody else?
Bull passed.
Bull
I
passed?
spent the luck. Yeah, I
Wow.
spent luck.
Are you spending some luck, Benji?
I'm not gonna spend that much luck.
Why? I want to eat your luck up. All right, all of your horses start to get unsettled, and they start to like pull back. Some try to buck you off. You're gonna have to dismount your horses here, Bull and Kaz and Annie. And it's pretty clear, like there's nothing to tie them up to. You're out in the open plains, like your horses want nothing to do with where you're at. You're gonna have to get off your horses, and if you do so, they're leaving. They're not sticking around here.
What about the shrubbery?
Do you want to try and force them over there?
Well, yeah, like
The
we
shrubbery's
could
around
try.
the base of the mound. You can try.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Kaz will just let his horse go. He's like,
sure.
it's okay. I'll see you at home. I'll see you back there at home. Waves the horse.
Benji, you get completely thrown off your horse, slammed onto the ground. The horse kind of kicks you as it does so, and it takes off back towards town. 6 points of damage.
Wow.
Max damage on that. Being bucked off the horse. Bull.
Oh, whoops.
Well, do we have anything? Did we bring any of like our equipment with us? Like, because I know.
I don't think so. I think you were just gonna go see Grey
The
Eagle, and then you're
general
like,
store?
"Hey, we're halfway to the mound. Let's go."
Okay. All right. So can I so I'm gonna look around if I can for some kind of, I don't know, like an old, like some kind of like shovel or pick, something that I can use as a stake in the ground. So yeah, I just want to see if there's anything around that I can use to just sort of like drive into the ground and then tie the horse to it at a decent distance from the mound.
Make me a hard animal handle test as your horse is fighting fiercely.
I would like
as you're
to
looking around.
use my resourceful talent if I can.
What does that
I
do?
always seem to have what I need. I can spend 10 luck instead of rolling to find a certain useful piece of equipment.
Sure.
in
I'm going to
the
say
current
you're going to be able to
location.
find like an old stake or something. Maybe someone brought out here to survey the area, but you're going to have to still roll that hard animal test because it is fighting to get away from
But-
here with all of his might. But you find your
That's the
stake.
first one.
You find your stake.
Okay, well, no. Okay, well, no. If I'm gonna have to roll another one, then no, I'm not. I won't.
that
spend
was
the
not
luck
to get
there.
bucked off and hurt. It's now fighting
Yeah.
you to flee.
No, I mean like.
So you took no
okay,
damage.
I'll roll
You
it.
dismounted it.
Oh, okay. I'll roll it. Yeah, he's gone then.
All right, you do your best. You get it on this stake. You get it pounded into the ground, and it just rips free and takes off. But you have like a stake now, surveying stake.
Well, I would have my sledgehammer. I wouldn't leave that.
All right.
without a sledgehammer.
And I said, you're now close to this mound. This thing is easily 30 feet tall. It's probably another 30 feet long. You don't know how deep it is, looking straight at it. And there's shrubbery all around the bottom. Thick. And same with on the top. And
It's
that
30
man-
feet tall, the mound, you said?
Yeah.
It's good.
That's super
It's-
huge.
It is very big. That's why you can see it from town. Like it's quite big. Even though it's called a mound, it is quite big.
So Kaz now sliding into his anthropology and archaeology kind of frame of mind, he starts surveying the mound to try to determine, if it's man-made, how it was constructed. Is it tiered in any way? Is there any obvious understructure to it that supports the mound?
Okay. Archaeology,
Give it
if
a
you
shot.
will.
Ooh, I have archaeology.
I have archaeology.
Ooh, Benji.
Ooh,
I'm trying to find something suiting here, and
I am an
things I've made up.
archaeologist.
So the two of you, yes. So you're sorry. What are you trying to determine?
How it was constructed, is it man-made? The age of the mound, roughly, is there any kind of understructure? Is it earth over some sort of stone construct, or?
Definitely, it's constructed by someone. It is very old. Like there's no signs of timbers or lumber or anything like that. It's just a mound of earth. But it is not. There's no way it's natural, given its shape and its size and like the general surroundings. How it's flat, plain all around you, and there's just this big, massive hill. It is not natural. You assume there may be something underneath it. If you dug down far enough.
So the last
Yep.
the last thing Kaz remembers about the headless ghost before he lost time was her pointing down at a location off the mound. Can he reconnoiter where
Yeah.
he thinks she was pointing?
Yes, you can. It's you. Honestly, all of a sudden it hits you, and it feels like you were there. Like you've been here before. You've stood in front of this mound previously, and you just kind of wander over. You have to wander back behind the mound based off where she's pointing. So all of a sudden, Kaz just kind of disappears around the other side. Kaz, there's no sign whatsoever of the man who is pacing. You go back there, you look around. He is not here. There's no horse. There's no nothing. There doesn't appear to be any... Like, you look at the dense, thick shrubs, and nothing's been out here. No animal, no person. Nothing's really broken through the branches. So you already believe. You know that this is a ghost. So this checks with you. You're okay with this. That he's just kind of disappeared in thin air. But you get to that spot where she pointed, like where she was indicating and pointing down to you.
Does he see anything, or
you don't see anything? You might need to dig. You don't see anything there.
So he just sort of he kneels down and puts his hand on the ground right where she pointed, and he's just saying, "This is the spot. It's been forever since I've been here, if ever, but this is the spot that we have to dig. Do you hear me? We have to dig here."
Hurst is like standing over you excitedly.
Yeah, sure. You guys start digging there. I'm gonna go look around, make sure there's no other people here. Remember, we were, said that they were also claiming the mound. So I want to try and make like a survival roll or something to see if I can find tracks or any traces of other.
Please do. Anybody who else wants to do that as well, go ahead.
Those other jabronis.
Jabronis. Brazen.
Okay.
Nice.
Good job, Brazen Bull. I don't want to use luck, so
You look around the area, and though it's hard to find at first, there does appear to be footprints in and around the mound, wearing boots, like modern day boots or shoes, and it looks like they would have been here the last day or so, probably, if you had to guess. So there are fresh-ish looking tracks around here.
Yeah, I'll call the others, Benji especially.
Someone was here not too long ago. Whether they left or not, I don't know, but someone was here at least.
Like, do we see some sort of entrance in that they have
No, you
created?
don't. But as Bull's also kind of like let you know, Bull used to keep poking around, and you see in the side of the mound, like someone's kind of crashed their way through the dried out shrubbery around there. There's no leaves or anything really growing on. It's just like jagged, dead branches that would snap if you got near them. Someone's dug a small hole in the side of the mound, and they broke a bunch of the shrubs, and the feet and the footprints match those that you found earlier. So someone's been here and someone's dug here. It's maybe 12 inches, like high, 12 inches long. Whatever they dug, it looks like they weren't here long, but somebody took something out of here recently.
So they made it here. They dug. Presumably they made it out. Despite everybody saying that doesn't happen. Maybe they got some of them amulet thingies, or
What is so like? Does it look like it? So that the hole in the side, like, does it look like it could be like an old grave? Does it look like is there any markings around it? Is there anything?
There's
like,
no markings.
It's just a hole.
It's man-made for sure. It looks like someone made it's with tools, like a trowel or a shovel or something. Took a tool to this mound and dug here recently. There's no markings. There's no markings anywhere. Like nothing, whatsoever on this mound. But something was definitely dug up and taken recently. You're not.
Okay.
You can't really determine much more than that at this point. Kaz, are you just kind of digging through hands?
Yeah, he is a trained anthropologist and archaeologist, so he's not going crazy, but he is slowly starting to move the top layers of soil away, trying to see if there's anything. But he's taking his time. He's being
Hurst
methodical.
is down there with you, and he's digging with you. The two of you, like
we have to be careful, Mr. Hurst. We have to be careful. We cannot lose any clues. So use this method until we actually get our tools out. One layer at a time. One secret at a time.
The rest of you are poking around the mound. Yeah. You don't really see or hear anything. You can still see those 5 men on their horses from the reserve that followed you on the horizon, just watching the group of you. About 5 feet down, Kaz, you hit something with your hands. All of a sudden, something solid, and you keep digging, and you start to get a shape. It's not just a rock, it's not stone. There's something down there. You found something. It appears to be like circular. It's almost like a tube. You start digging around this thing, and it's about maybe 3 feet long. This big, long tube, and it's made of metal. And you're digging, and you can see it's got inscriptions and runes all the way up and down. It's similar to those on the amulet, similar to those on the statue. And you and Hurst are just digging madly. The rest of you are going to see this now as well. And he's digging, and they wipe away dirt, and this thing looks like it's made of solid gold. This big tubular object. Do the rest of you want to help dig? Or you just gonna stand back and watch the two of them get their hands dirty?
Well, I have this new pickaxe.
You do.
so-
You can sit there and you can start picking away dirt and speed this up.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
The two.
I want to
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I wanted to look at the statue if there's any reaction, because didn't her say like the statue can like, like kind of pinpoint where stuff is, or so I just wanted to see if the statue is like any
statue is
reaction
stashed
towards...
away in Hurst's bag, but your amulet almost seems to be pulling towards this hole. You can feel it tugging underneath your shirt if you've got it on around your neck. You can feel it just kind of ever so slightly tugging towards whatever they're digging. If you go inspect, it gets stronger. And they start digging, and this thing, it takes a while to get this out. You want to be as careful as possible, as meticulous. So we'll say you guys, you devote an hour or two towards getting this thing out. But you get this thing, and like I said, it's almost like a container, a round cylinder container. It's about 3 feet long. It appears to be solid gold. And on one end, there appears to almost be like a cap, like a screw cap on it. But it's all fashioned from gold as far as you can tell, and it looks ancient. You've never seen anything like it. You've never seen this language on here before, other than on the amulet and then on the statue. And that amulet on your neck is tugging like crazy right now under your shirt, Benji.
Well, this has got to be one of the relics.
I told you.
Something. Yes, it's here. We found some more. What is this? How did you know this was here, Kaz?
Oh, she told me last night.
She?
The headless ghost, she told me. I can't remember what she said, but I remember her telling me right here. It was here all along. From the first time I've been here to now, it's always been here.
Isn't it going to be like her head or something in there?
It's circular, so it wouldn't be big enough for a head, but it's like 3 feet long and maybe 6 inches in diameter.
Okay.
So it's not big enough to put a head in it, but it's really long,
and it has like some sort of opening.
Yeah, it's got like an end to it, that a cap of some sort, also fashioned of gold and covered in runes and images. And
I mean, what else are we here for? I mean, we found something and we're supposed to keep looking around. I mean, this thing looks like it's worth probably thousands of gold, dollars, whatever we do here.
It's just the beginning, Benji. It's just the beginning.
That's what her said. Cities made of gold. Cities!
What are you going to do with all that wealth anyways?
Who cares about the gold? It's the knowledge, Benji. The knowledge. The things we'll learn together.
So Annie is decent at locksmithing.
Yeah.
She'd like to take a look and see this.
Well, I'm taking a wide berth if you're...
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and make me a roll, please.
Kaz is right there, right next to you. He's
Just
like
over your shoulder.
So excited. He's like, "Can you do it, Annie? Can you get it open? Be careful."
So Annie, you get down this thing, and there is some sort of mechanism to it. It's not just a screw or twist cap on the end. You find a mechanism and you press. It's almost like hidden within the runes on there. You click, and all of a sudden you can hear a release, and the top just almost kind of like falls off into the dirt below with a big thud. It's heavy. Again, you can see the inside of this. It's solid gold, and within you can see a curled up large parchment inside here.
We must be so careful. It could disintegrate. We have to. Oh, it should be in a laboratory. We should have it someplace safe, but I just have to know. What do you think, Mr. Hurst?
To Benji and say, "You've got the protective amulet. Why don't you grab the piece of paper?"
Whoa. Why don't... Wait, do we have to do this right here? I mean, can't we go back in town or somewhere?
Says, yes, we should go back to the house. It's not safe here. We should study it back at the house. There could be eyes watching us everywhere.
You're right. We don't want anybody to take this away from us. The chance to know what's on this parchment.
Wait a second. What time is it? Like, we got plenty of time. We only been here like 10 minutes.
You've been here
It's
a
been
couple hours.
hours.
Yeah, hours.
It's roughly
Alright, time
1:30 or
flies.
so.
No, we got like 4 hours. Then we're fine.
That's what Hirsch says. That's what happened to me last time. I was digging and I found this. I found the statue. And next thing I knew, it was nightfall. I lost all track of time.
Look, why don't we just chalk this up as a W? We head back to the town. We we go read the parchment, and in the morning we can go back out here. We're now know we have my amulet. We have the statue. It pulls whenever we're near something.
We didn't actually bring all of our equipment, did we?
I also don't think we did
Benji
bring
might
all of our shovels.
actually be wrong in that.
You're not
Oh my
wrong.
gosh, he's on my side this time.
No, you're both right. You're so right. We should take this back now.
And Annie will look at Bull to see if we're all in agreement.
Yeah, man, I don't make decisions. It's fine. We can go
Plus,
back.
we got to pick up the doctor anyways. I mean, I don't know what happened.
All right. Why don't we leave off there for this week? We've made it to the mound. We've done some digging. We found an artifact. We'll pick up episode 5 at the mound, walking back to town with a find.
Yeah.
About a 70 pound
Yeah, exactly.
tube of
Solid
gold.
Bull's just got on his back. He's good.
Yeah, you could trust Bull with that. That's fine.
All right, let's do round tables. Jeff, what do you got going on the rest of this week?
A bunch of Delta Green. So Thursday over on Garblight Games, we are continuing our playthrough of Viscid. You can see Matt and Evan and Aaron in that game. On Friday, I'll be over on my channel, twitch.tv/thelollygaggers. We are playing through Impossible Landscapes. You can see Melissa in that game.
Where nobody is sane anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody is sane in pretty much any of those games, to be honest.
It's true.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
Not a
Yeah,
lot of
Matt,
sanity, not a lot of health.
Matt's filming domestic terrorist videos for some reason.
What? No, I'm trying to get us out of this. It's all part of the plan.
By
Propaganda.
filming domestic terrorist videos.
By
that you
filming,
now have
exactly.
to add a postscript to. Now there's something new for you to like, oh yeah, and I did that thing too.
I died already. My character has died already.
Have
This
they?
is- snap. Melissa, what else you got going on?
You can also catch our previous games up on our YouTube channel, Adventures in Lollygang.
Very good. Evan, what do you have?
Delta Green Garblight Games, 9 p.m. Central. We are hopefully going to be finishing cleaning up our messes that I didn't make, but I'm a nice person. Clean up the stuff. And Sunday, no Alien because Halloween.
It's Halloween. We're taking kids out or doing things with kids or
Yes.
just not playing games. No game on Halloween.
So then we'll be back here next Tuesday with the Mound at the Mound.
That's right. And Aaron, what else you got going on this week?
So tomorrow we're doing a little Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars character creation over on Garblight Games.
Yep.
And then Thursday we're playing a little Wrath and Glory on Garblight Games before we dive back into Delta Green.
That's right. What do I got going on? I've got Delta Green on Garblight Games on Thursday, and I've got Alien that I'm playing in on the Lollygaggers on Monday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you can find us back here next week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central, for the next part of the Mound. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you next week.